Well, Mr. Haunted, it's finally time. We have your PSA return, a bunch of Kickstarter, I think some Hero Quests, and some other tasty treats are held within. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Argos Anonymous. I'm Argos. It's a great time to send things to PSA. The prices have come all the way down to about $15 for bulk submissions, which is like almost as good as the times of, ancient before the bubbles of COVID passed. This way you can send in, I think you have to send in 20 cards, but for 15 bucks, you get your cards back from PSA in a couple of months, which is really good. There's none of that 2-year wait stuff. So this is some cards. These be some cards that Mr. Haunted, Man Myth Legend from our live streams, pulled on one of our Kickstarter live streams. These are, I think it's a blend of booster box and spellbook cards. And then I also submitted one Kickstarter growth for another fellow, and then a few cards for myself. Some like eBay seance cards, and I think some Hero Quest as well. So I'm really excited to dive into this box and show you guys what we got. When we submit, what we're trying to aim for is 9s and 10s. We're okay with 9s and 10s. We're not only shooting for 10s. We're shooting for 9s and 10s. So that is what we hope to find. There's always a couple of Easter eggs, like a ding or a scratch that wasn't noticed. And so I'm sure we'll find some of those. And we'll just, when we find them, we'll try and look them over and see what we can see. This is really fun. Mr. Haunted has been accumulating a vast supply of Kickstarters, so it's going to be really cool to help him build his collection. I always do appreciate that opportunity. Now, sending cards for grading, I don't offer a routine grading service, so before you ask, this isn't something I normally do. This is just something that I do every now and then if there happens to be some time to do it, and if we happen to be running a live stream or something, if it's stuff that you guys pulled on a live stream. I'll try to find the live stream, and I'll put the link in like the description or in the comments somewhere, but let's go ahead and put these down here. Hopefully they are still in some kind of an order, but sometimes PSA like mixes them up before they send them back, and we'll have to kind of figure out who's who by comparing it with the original submission sheet. Fortunately, it's all basically me and Haunted, and I didn't submit any Kickstarter because I don't want to like mix things up, So anyway, let's see what we got here. Let's kick it off. We're gonna get two little piles here and just take our time and enjoy the zoo and talk about the zoo and talk about the markets and talk about shenanigans. One of the hard things, speaking of markets, speaking of shenanigans, when you read the comments and when you watch YouTube videos and when you're in Discord, kicking it off with a beautiful fan art set, Bloody Molly, PSA 9, 2022. This is the 2021. Well, that's kind of funny. Did you guys notice that? That the fan art contest was from 2021, but the card was printed in 2022. I was like, it's kind of funny to have both dates on the label, but I guess it's actually accurate. The contest was 21, the cards were printed in 2022. Fine. Anyway, everybody has an agenda. You know what I mean? Like when you read the comments of videos, you can tell people who have an agenda because they don't really make sense. They come out and they're like, they're trying to push. Maybe they bought a bunch of sealed, nice reverse hollow PSA 10. Flatwoods Monster, beautiful 2021 Kickstarter base set for you, Mr. Haunted. Yeah, you read the comments and people are trying to push their agenda. They've got a card that they picked up, they've got a bunch of sealed product they picked up, and they want to try to like make it sound like what they've got is the best. Another PSA 10 reverse hollow base set, Kickstarter MetaZoo Quetzalcoatlus. Nice. We were trying to help Mr. Haunted flesh out his PSA 10 collection. So this will be very cool to get a bunch of PSA 10 Kickstarter for him. So, you always have to just remember that when you're watching, including my videos. Like, I try to be unbiased, but I am a human being, and I own positions and things. And it's actually difficult to take a moment and take a breath and try to remove, if you're the kind of person who even cares to remove bias. It's, like, hard to remove the bias sometimes. Oh, this is one of mine. PSA 10, 2022 Lady Luck eBay edition hollow. If you do the math on the Seance eBay set, there are only about, assuming equal printing of all full hollows, there are only about 30 to like 34 of each full hollow. And I don't know if the Fateful 8 were printed less than that. There could be even fewer. If they were printed at the same rate of all the other full hollows, which is not a guarantee, then there's only like 30 to 35 of them. It's really crazy. The eBay Seance set is so rare that I just had to go and grade me some of the Hateful 8 from the eBay set, and that's a beautiful 10, Lady Luck. Anyway, I try to take a moment, full hollow PSA 10 growth. for you, my man. Very nice card. This card is not super easy to get in a 10. Glad we could get that for you. So just, isn't that kind of funny? Everybody has, oh, this one was mine! Hero Quest. I needed this one. I haven't gotten a 10 in this. We're trying to talk about bias and perspective. I can't get through the 10s. Oh, Hollow 2022 MetaZoo Hero Quest Mothman Gem Mint 10. Beautiful, beautiful card. I have a Mothman collection, so this is really like, this is a special card for me. This is a card that's difficult to get in a 10 because a lot of them have little dings on the card that drops it down to an 8. Plus, they were hard to pull. They were kind of clumped in the Hero Quest set, so people seem to pull like 5 of them or 0. And I never pulled them myself. I actually bought this from a fellow on Instagram and then sent it in and got the 10. So that is cool. We're going to put him next to the Lady Luck. That's one of my submissions over there. Moving back on to what is probably haunted. No, it's another Hero Quest. Hero Quest Walking Sam. 10. Oh, Hollow. Beautiful, beautiful PSA 10. Mr. Hero Quest coming in hot. I love the Hero Quest set, so it's nice to be able to get that. And a 9, Embedding the Soul, eBay Edition Seance. So, what do? I mean, I guess if almost everybody's biased and almost everybody's trying to push some kind of agenda. Walking Sam got a 9 on the eBay Seance. Walking Sam. All right, fine, we'll take that. Then, I don't know. Does it even matter? Maybe if everybody's pushing their agenda equally, it all sort of averages out to the same opinion. But I just think it's funny. I don't really mind. I think a lot of people do it unconsciously, and I don't really mind that. But for some reason, it rubs me the wrong way when you have those people that pervasively across like a bunch of different social platforms are trying to manipulate public opinion but it's pretty obvious when they are, by pushing a certain perspective, and it's obvious that they just bought up a bunch of like sealed product of a certain thing. This is I like this Casey Jones. That's why we're lingering here. It's PSA 9, but I'll take it. Nice PSA 9 eBay Seance Casey Jones. Anyway, it's kind of funny, and so just so you know, if you're one of those people, like the vast majority of people can see through you, man. They can usually see through you, man. So just take a breath and try to be unbiased and objective in your statements and your opinions. And if you push, I like to allow public discord in my comment, but if I notice in my comment section, but if I notice people trying to like push misinformation or misinformation, I will sometimes give those people like a couple weeks of a shadow ban. It's not a ban, but it's like I'll mute you, just because it's annoying to have somebody constantly spreading misinformation, or like a weird warped opinion. Like maybe it's not misinformation for them. Maybe they're just crazy. But I don't know. I'm one of those people that like, I'm okay with taking 1% of people who are crazy and like removing them to protect the 99%. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. And you can go wreck Facebook or something. Beautiful PSA 10 Reaper's Crown. This is a popular artwork from the eBay Seance set. So I was very excited to get that in a PSA 10. We're going to go ahead and put that over with the PSA 10 Lady Luck. All right, let's see what we got next here. We've got an 8. So this is what I was talking about with those random dings. So there must have been a subtle ding on this card. So I submitted this. Obviously, I thought it had 10 potential. And I do search my Hero Quest cards looking across the surface pretty carefully for these tiny little dings. But I don't use like a magnifying glass when I look at the surface, because usually I can pick them up. But I must have missed this one. There's got to be somewhere on the surface of this card. There must be, maybe it's like hidden in the artwork or something, a tiny pinprick of like a little indent. And that is how these Hero Quest cards get hit with an 8 instead of a 10. So anyway, that's all right. Still a beautiful babe, but an 8 is basically a raw card. PSA 10 full hollow Kickstarter Chaos Crystal. Look at that, beautiful alpha first edition Kickstarter PSA 10 Chaos Crystal for you, my friend. Really great hits for you, Mr. Haunted. So glad we can dive into that. And a 10 Seance eBay, Embedding the Soul. He's going to go live next to that 10 Reaper's Crown and the 10 Lady Luck. Building out some of those eBay Seance 10s. Beautiful. PSA 10 full hollow Blood Ruby Kickstarter. lining up the 10s. We had a really successful return for you, Mr. Haunted. I'm so glad we could light these up. Full hollow PSA 10 Kickstarter Forest Gods Amber. So when you're looking at PSA 10, um, I think some people get caught up in the stated requirement for centering. You know, like some people think that because PSA says that, you know, they're kind of lenient on centering. Some people think mistakenly that that actually means they're very lenient on centering. I have found that your best bet of getting a PSA 10 is to really make an effort to send them a beautifully centered card, right? It makes a huge difference. Like they're going to go for the overall appeal, beautiful PSA 10. This is from Nightfall Pin Club. We have the 2021 MetaZoo Pin Club Headless Horseman Nightfall promo that Mr. Haunted pulled as well. Glad we could get you a 10 in this, my man. This is a cool card to have as a 10. We're going to put that on top of the Bloody Mary, like the non-Kickstarter hits. There we go. Yeah, you gotta send PSA well-centered cards to better guarantee yourself a 10. Now you can tell though this one is off center left to right. He's off center left to right, and he's still got a 10 because in every other way it is a perfect card, right? Perfect corners, perfect edges, perfect surface, no scratching, no hollow. Like if it is an immaculate card, you can still get a 10 being off center. But if you really want them to not judge you too harshly, then you gotta send them like a well-centered card. Beautiful PSA 10 eBay Seance Cursed Contract. Trying to get myself a full set of the eBay Seance cards in tensies would be nice. Although I think I missed on the Walking Sam because I don't think I have another Walking Sam. We'll see if we start hitting sheep squatches. And another PSA 9 Bloody Mary. I don't know if we managed to get you a 10, Mr. Haunted. We got you these 2 9s though. 2 beautiful 9s in that Bloody Mary. Let's see what else we got. All right, we have a 10 full hollow Van Meter Visitor. 2022 Pin Club, or this is from the UFO Pin Club set. So we got a nice 10 Van Meter Visitor. We're going to put that, I guess we'll put him over on top of the Nightfall Headless Horseman. What's it going to be? PSA 9, MetaZoo Fan Art, Alta Hamanama Ding Dong. We sent in the Bloody Marys and we sent in the Alta Hama, because they are kind of special. Still nice to have them in a 9. Haunted, I don't think I got you any 8s. I think the only 8, I could be wrong. I have some memory that the only 8 was for me. And then you got I'm so happy we got to this full hollow PSA 10 Santa Adam. This is from the 2022 MetaZoo Christmas set. There are 3 awesome cards in this set. Well, there's actually several very playable cards, but there's 3 very collectible cards. Santa Adam, Christmas Rose, and Christmas Sam, and it was an underbought set. So I think the print runs are pretty low on these, and because it's Adam Ackler, Sam Sinclair, and Rose Robinson are 3 major characters from MetaZoo, I think these have some potential long term to be kind of like special little collector's items. Very, very cool if you're going to collect those main characters to have this version of it. I'm really glad we could get you a nice 10. A nice 10 Adam Ackler, Santa Adam. All right, let's see what else we can get. Oh, it's for me, another PSA 9, Embedding the Soul on my eBay Seance kick. Nice of PSA to mix these all up for us. eBay First Contract, PSA 9. They did really nice for you on the Kickstarter. They hit me a little bit hard on the PSA. Oh, we did get an 8. Okay, so this is a Haunted. This is a Babe the Blue Ox, Big Bad Beautiful Babe the Blue Ox. Came back as an 8. I wonder if we can figure out, oh, because it has a little surface. It's got a surface scratch right there. You see that? So that's something that'll earn you an 8. You see how there's actually a surface mark? There's like a ding right there, and you can see that. But we sent it in because it's a Babe. It's a Babe Kickstarter anyway, and so it's kind of like, whatever. Still a beautiful, Big Bad Beautiful Babe the Blue Ox, base set MetaZoo. And we'll take an 8. That's all right. We'll tuck it under the 10. And pretend. All right, let's see here. Beautiful PSA 10 Phoenix Rain Obnoxious 9 full hollow MetaZoo base set Kickstarter. Beautiful, beautiful 10. Adding this to your conquests, your pile of 10s, Mr. Haunted. Let's go ahead and put that Phoenix Rain right there, and we'll start stacking things up for you. Almost done. Full hollow PSA 10 Chupacabra. Beautiful Kickstarter Chupacabra PSA 10 for you, Mr. Haunted, and a 10 of Noxious 9, PSA 10 Chessie. Oh man, what a return, Haunted. This is so cool. And a 10 of Noxious 9, PSA 10 Uncle Sam. Full. Hello. All right, and there's, oh, this is our second growth. This is actually for a different gentleman. Haunted had one growth to send in, and I sent in another growth that was pulled by a patron of mine who asked if I could send it in. We also got him a 10. So congratulations, Nate, on your PSA 10 growth. We're going to put that over there. As you can see, a very successful return, finishing off with PSA 10 Obnoxious 9, MetaZoo 2021 Kickstarter base set, Sam Sinclair, full. Hello, Haunted. What a return. Haunted, I'm just so excited. I'm so thrilled we were able to get you so many 10s. This is just 10s for days, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very fun. Also, the only thing that didn't come back at 10, right, is we basically, what, we had one Babe the Blue Ox that came back as an 8, and then we had the three fan art cards came back as 9s, and everything else came back as 10s. So that is really, really cool, man. I'm thrilled for you. I'm glad we could do that. This is gonna really help top off your collection when you add this. Hopefully, you remember that break you did where we got beautifully centered cards, and then I sent it back to you before I got your email about us grading it. I think a lot of those could be 10s too. I'm really excited for you. So hopefully this goes very well for you. Anyway, that's all I've got for now. Just wanted to share this PSA return and just remind everyone that there's a lot of bias in the marketplace. You know, when you watch comments, even if it's like emotionally appealing or rabble rousing, just keep in mind that like most people are biased. They either dumped everything for a loss and so they're mad and so they're like they're negatively biased, or they just bought a bunch of stuff and they're like holding heavy bags and they're positively biased, or maybe they work for someone and they're biased. You know, they're promoting their own people, they're promoting their own agenda, and just, I don't know, just keep that in mind whenever you watch videos, whenever you read the comments. You probably already know that, but it's nice to like remember every now and then. Anyway, have a fantastic weekend. That's all I have for now. I'll tune in next week. We're gonna open some Target blister packs, show some tarot cards. Argos signing out.